Good morning, it's Anne here from Calm Confident Brain, and I want to talk about starting off a new habit. It's New Year, and some of us go for new habits, and there are some very distinct ways in which we can embed these habits really quickly, really easily, so they actually stick. Now, the first step is to choose your habit. Choose one habit that you really want to get going this year. So it might be a habit such as going for a 20-minute walk every day, or it might be to build your lower body strength, or it might be to drink 2 liters of water every day, something like that. That's a health habit. It could also be to read your professional journal every day, or it could be something, anything that you want. Now, what you've got to do first of all is to take the very first step that you would do in developing this habit. So if you want to go for a 20-minute walk every day, the first step here would be getting your shoes on, putting your coat on, and going out the front door. That's the first step. So don't think about walking for 20 minutes or even 5 minutes. The first step is doing the first step, which is getting outside of your front door with your shoes on and your coat on. And if you're thinking about drinking 2 liters of water every day, the first step is to pour yourself a drink of water and drink some of it. Pour yourself a glass, drink some of the water. That would be the first step. And if you want to build your lower body strength, for instance, your quads, your glutes, and so on, one of the first steps, there are many that you could take, but one of the first steps would be to do a few squats every day, regularly. So take a first step, and I'm going to use those as examples for today. So you've got your first step, you know what it is. Now, schedule that sometime in the day, immediately after something that you always do. So you might say, after breakfast, if you always have breakfast, you might say, after breakfast, I go out the door with my shoes and my coat on for a walk. So every time you have breakfast, every time you immediately get your shoes on, get your coat, go out the door. Now, what happens then is that actually you will probably go for a walk. You might turn around and come straight back in again if it's blowing a gale and you don't fancy it. But you have achieved your goal of doing exactly that. And 9 times out of 10, you will go for a walk. Job done. You might also say, if you want to build your lower body strength, after I've cleaned my teeth in the morning, if you brush your teeth in the morning, of course you do, every morning, would be difficult not to. Every time I brush my teeth in the morning, I do 3 squats. Easy, really easy. And then you can build it up to 5 squats or 10 squats, or you can build it in somewhere else during the day. But to get that first step going is gold dust. So you need your first step, and you need something that you always do. For instance, drinking 2 liters of water, you could say, every time I come in through my front door, you will have gone out at some stage during the day. Every time I come in through my front door, I pour myself a glass of water and drink some of it. Or every time I come back from the dog walk, I pour myself a glass of water and drink some of it. So that's how to schedule your first step for the habit. Now, there's something else that we need to do. We need to follow it up with something pleasurable, because our brains want rewards. Our brains want to know, yes, that was worth it. That was really worth it. I like that. And it's a bit rational. It's a bit long term to think, well, I will be so much stronger when I've developed my lower body strength, and the whole of my system will feel much better when I'm drinking 2 liters of water a day. Your whole system doesn't know anything about that right now. You need an immediate reward. So after you have gone outside of the front door with your shoes on and your coat on, and you've gone for a walk or not, you could then have your morning coffee. That's just an idea. Or you could sit down and read the newspaper. That's also an idea. So something pleasurable. Yeah, make sure that there's something pleasurable. If you've decided that you're going to walk to work, make sure that you do something nice when you get into work. So you then have a cup of coffee, or you spend 5 minutes talking to a colleague whom you like. Make sure that there's something pleasurable at the end. So schedule that in. It's a sandwich. It's something you always do, whatever. And then you do your first step, that's step 2, and then you follow it up with something really pleasurable. And an easy way of getting this into your head is just to visualize it. imagine it, think during the day, if you've got 5 minutes, think, okay, every time I brush my teeth, I do 3 squats and then I have my cup of coffee, or then I go and have breakfast. So you're running it through your head, you're visualizing it, you're rehearsing it. That will get it embedded. Remember, it doesn't take 21 days to build a habit. It takes at least 67. But by 21 days, it's becoming much easier. So just keep plowing on, just keep doing it, and you will find it works nicely. See you next time.